Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Let's get into the latest and the greatest when it comes to gold, silver, and crypto. We got an issue. We got to collect a problem, gold, silver, and crypto people. Actually, all of us do. If you want to own a business, or if you own a business, if you want the privacy, what you want with your own money, be aware, because that's about to change. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. And that time is now. More than ever, you need to go over to Money Metals and start protecting yourself. I'm about to show you the latest and the greatest coming into our lives. Yes, first of all, we already know about the banking. Want to switch their limits to $600. They want everything reported. But that's more control. More control. But there's something nastier coming. So make sure you head on over to Money Metals. And you're definitely going to want something outside the system. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. You guys know I have this alternative website. We're going to be doing regular broadcasts on there now. So I was going around gathering all the information that I could on the RONA and the VAC. There's enough on there now. So you guys can go check it out. If you can't make a decision by then about the truth of what's going to happen to you if you get it, I don't know what more I can do. So who's this? Soleil. Yes. And I'm not talking about Cirque du Soleil. No. This is Biden's nominee to control the banks. Russian-born, communist-trained. She wrote on a nifty little article that I'm going to leave a link for you to go check it out. Now, like all socialists and all communists, they will tell you what their vision is and make it sound like lollipops and sugar plums. They use words like, we're going to end wage gap discrepancies, end systematic racism. You're like, but what's that got to do with banking? Shh, just listen. We're going to end systematic racism. And you're like, whoa. What's it got to do with banking? You're a racist. No, it has nothing to do with banking. But that's what they're saying in there. You see, they have a habit of grabbing pigs and slapping lipstick on it and trying to convince you it's a beauty queen. So what does Biden's nominee want to do? She wants to end and get rid of all the other 4,500 banks we have here in the United States and consolidate it down to one single bank that controls everything. The Federal Reserve. You know, those very people we complain about. That's what she's going to do, and she's hell-bent on doing it. She's up there now for nominee, but this is what you're going to see, people divided by party lines. And then Kamala Harris come in and break the tie. Congratulations, you have a Russian-born, communist-trained lady that embraces and loves the Russian banking system. Now, people on the YouTube arena are talking about her already, and it's important for you guys to know who she is. But before we get into her nifty little article that she wrote, let's take a look at the markets. We know they're closed, so gold and silver has not changed. So cryptocurrency is moving back into the green. There's a slight slide on cryptos last night, but they seem to have rebounded just fine. Although, you know, what are we looking at? Bitcoin's down about 600 since last night altogether. I know it shows plus 24.95, but I'm talking about since last night. Here's the thing you got to love the most. Ethereum definitely over the 3,400. I love to see that. But you can see the 52-week average, both Ethereum and Bitcoin above the 50% mark. Hex, as usual, way out there in front. Cardano up there as well. All these over here above the 52-week average. XRP moving. For those of you wanting to buy XRP, I keep telling you, it's on Kucoin. Just go down in the description. The links for both Coinbase and Kucoin are down there. So if you want to buy XRP, there you go. Polkadot above the 52-week average, slightly. Dogecoin still performing really low. Luna still kicking butt, getting up there near another record. Actually, pretty close to another record high. So most of the coins around the 50%, above the 50% level. Avalanche, what was I talking about them yesterday? And yeah, remember they're launching and already look at this. They're 72, 79. I was joking how they only move 4.5%. So as you can see, a lot of them moving back into the green after they dip down to the red shortly, but rebounding. All except for, whoa. Where are you going there, Bitcoin? Going in the wrong direction there, home skillet. Take a look at those other coins I was playing with. Where we at? Verocity went from 3 cents to 4 cents. Sandbox was really disappointing. Got down to 60 cents, is now back up to 80 cents. Heading in the right direction anyways. For those coins, if you guys want to play with them, again, they are on Kucoin. But as I was saying, right now, more than ever, you're definitely going to want something outside of the system. Especially if this lady makes it in there, and she's going to. Like the 44th administration, who surrounded himself with a bunch of socialists and communists, 46 is doing the same thing. As they continue to infiltrate and take over this country with the help of the D's. The Dems. Congratulations on that one. She wants to move us into a system in which only the Federal Reserve controls all banking, and I mean all aspects, including crediting, lending, the whole 9 yards. What she has proposed is that the 4,500 banks that are out there, close them down. All of those accounts are automatically transferred into the Federal Reserve. Now let's think about that here for a minute. That lovely private bank that we love so much and talk about. They want to control all aspects of our banking. That means they're going to stop using cash and move us into 100% digital currency. And do you guys remember what they said about the digital currency? Well, I'll show you a quick reminder because this gentleman will tell you that, hey, if people have cash outside of the system, we have no idea who has it or how they're spending it. But with the central bank digital currency, not only can we monitor who has it and what's being done, but we also set the policies and procedures to control that. And we have the technology to enforce it. Did you guys forget Mr. Turtle?
All our analysis on CBDC, in particular for the use of general use, we tend to establish the equivalence with cash, and there is a huge difference there. For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability.
Let me translate. You heard what he said. We will have complete control of the use of that central bank liability. For those who don't know what a central bank liability is, when you deposit your money, you become the bank's liability because they owe you the money. So they will have complete control. No, I'm sorry. He said absolute control over how the money is being used. And he's going to add to that.
And also, we will have the technology to enforce that.
That's right. You don't get to decide what you do with your money. You have no say-so. You just heard the guy say so. This guy's from the Bank for International Settlements. They are the central bank to the central banks. In other words, they set all the policies and procedures that our banks use, even though our Constitution says they're not allowed to. And he's telling you right now to your face that the new central bank digital currency will be controlled by the central banks. They will set the policies and procedures on how you can use your money. And not only that, they have the technology necessary to control what you do with your money. You don't have a say-so. Also, I want to throw out there one of the things, and I said this before, is you can sell your gold and silver and get this digital currency, but you cannot use this digital currency to purchase gold and silver. Why is that? Well, because they don't want you having anything outside of the system that they can't control. They don't want you having your own wealth. These central bank digital currencies, are you ready for this? They have an expiration date on it. In other words, if you don't spend it, it expires and you lose it. I'm not even kidding. They want you in perpetual debt. They don't want you saving. They don't believe in generational wealth transfer. If your parents are rich and they pass away and they want to leave the money to you, not going to happen. That's how much they're going to control your money. And you're going, that's not going to happen. Not here, Pimpy, man. It's not going to happen. Well, in the 80s, if you said socialists and communists were going to take over this country, you know, we'd have told you, it's not going to happen, man. That's just not going to happen. They're here. They're in control. Whether they're in human form or clone form, whatever you want to call it. Sitting around saying that Trump is in charge is false. People are rising up against the mandates and the jab, as you should. While all of that is taking place and you're distracted with the latest and greatest BS in the news, they're keeping your attention away from the slow takeover of this country by communism. Right here in front of your face, Soleil, Russian-born, communist-trained, is a huge supporter of the Russian banking system. One bank controls everything. You should definitely be calling the representatives, and I'm talking about the Dems, because the Republicans are already 100% against this, but Kamala Harris will come in and be the tie. So Joe Manchin, Christian Cinema, you guys definitely need to reach out to them to stop this from happening. Right now is the best time to get something outside of this system. That is gold and silver. You're not going to understand the true value of gold and silver until everybody is forced into that system and you have no say over your money. And you're going to be going, I wish I had something outside of the system, something whatsoever to protect my family and myself. Now you're going to be enslaved to the system. Then the true value of gold and silver will be forefront. So you can sit around and go, that's fear mongering and everything else. Well, if you can't read the tea leaves, I don't know what to tell you. I keep bringing this information to you guys and telling you there's different ways to protect yourself. This is one of them. Gold and silver outside of the system. Pay attention to what happens to that nominee. That is really scary crap. The fact that any political party would feel bold enough to continue to put candidates like this forward. And I remember when 44 put a ton of them and surrounded himself with a bunch of socialists and communists. 46 is doing the same thing. So have something outside of the system, protect you and your family. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. Because we got another 3 years of this administration and God only knows. All right, you guys, that's it for now, man. I'm out.